Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, the message today is sometimes the worst thing is the best thing. So we'll get started. It's like I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start with these three here. So we've got the 3 of Coins reversed, we've got the 10 of Wands upright, and we've got the 9 of Cups upright. So, 3 of Coins, I, usually call it my starving artist card when it's upright. This is kind of, for me, the minor arcana of the Chariot card. This is about living your purpose, really doing your soul's work. Whatever you want to do, a lot of time it is corresponding to your profession, but it doesn't have to be. It's just like doing the work that most speaks to you. The reason I call it the starving artist card, I've probably said this before, is that we've known musicians, we've known artists who others maybe judged harshly and said, why don't you get a job instead of wasting your time on this art or music? And the artist or musician says, believe me, if I were like you, I would, but I'm not like you. And this urge to be true to myself, this urge to create my vision or my passion is stronger even than the need to eat. And so it's like being very true to yourself like that. But this is reversed. So it does feel like whatever has come to an end, the worst thing that has happened, I feel like ultimately it's setting you free. I'm just going to jump ahead. And, knowing it's come to an end, or maybe you were doing something, it just didn't even align to your purpose. So if this were a job, for example, maybe it just wasn't fulfilling to you. It didn't feel like it was serving your life's purpose. You weren't being true to yourself. If this was a relationship, it just wasn't working. 3 of Coins reversed. If it's a relationship, it just wasn't working. And there could even be like other people that are involved, and that's why it's not working. Whatever it is, this burden is coming to an end. And so while there can be sadness, there's some other stuff here. I don't know that you're even that sad. Maybe you were sad. Maybe this has been going on for a while and now it's just more of a relief to let it be over. And I'll show you the next card. But, 10 of Wands, this is about carrying a burden. But, 10s indicate the completion of a cycle. 1 + 0 = 1. It's time to start something new. And the important thing is to be aware that you are making choices, that you do have choices, and that you are free to make different choices. And sometimes we don't even recognize we're making a choice. We're just doing what we think we have to do. But if it's something you don't really want to do, maybe looking at it in a new way. So whatever it is. But then you've got this 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is about wish fulfillment or happiness. I do, just because it's this card, I'm so excited. I got the, my Asheville bestie gave me the last unicorn deck. I love it. All right. Anyway, so the 9 of Cups, like I said, it's happiness. So again, it feels like there's a big relief that whatever this is has come to a close, even if it has been long and drawn out, and even if there was some sadness or disappointment associated with it. I do kind of wonder if you're maybe imbibing a little bit much. No judgment from me, but just, the most you can love yourself and keep yourself in balance if you want to. Otherwise, imbibe all you want. I'm all about sovereignty, but maybe your guides could be saying maybe prioritize a little more self-care if you want to. And who's to say this isn't some form of self-care? Sometimes you got to turn up. Whatever. And it's so funny, I really still am at a loss. Like, should I have started there? But that's where I started. You've got the Page of Swords reversed on top of the 9 of Swords, and then you've also got the 4 of Cups upright. And so, I don't know why. Normally, the 2 of Swords reverse would be that, you had a decision to make and a decision has been made, or you're being blind to it, you're just kind of waiting to make a decision. But with it being reversed, it feels like the decision has been made. But for some reason, when I saw this, I felt like there was no communication. And so it's like maybe you're seeking some sort of resolution to something or seeking closure, but whoever else is involved or whatever else is involved. Maybe you're waiting to see the outcome of something, or it could be that you're waiting for somebody to communicate and they're just not. And with this Nine of Swords behind it, you're like losing sleep over it. It brings to mind a friend of mine who has a court case going on, and because she's not willing to take the plea bargain because she didn't do anything wrong, she's like, fuck this. But it has caused her so much stress because it's just been ongoing, and now it's been delayed to mid-May, and this has been going on for months and months. And so it's like losing sleep over waiting to see what the outcome will be. But then it just kind of, with this Four of Cups, it feels like, and then underneath that you've got the Ace of Cups just reiterating what it is. So with this Ace of Cups reverse, it's like, what a fucking drain. What a drain to put your energy on something that if you're not going to find out till May, why put a bunch of stressed energy into it? Because it's like the outcome's going to be what the outcome's going to be. And maybe, you can work on the case or whatever the hell it is. But ultimately, if it's out of your hands, if you don't get communication or whatever it is, why keep pouring yourself down a fucking toxic drain? And then this Four of Cups says, this isn't really fulfilling anyway. So again, whether it's like a job or a relationship or whatever, it feels like you've been settling for less than you deserve any fucking way. And sometimes you can think you want something so much because it's what you have right now. But it's like once you let it go, and then what comes in is so much better. But it's like you've got to give yourself a chance to align to better, to receive better, to do better, to want better, have better, receive better, allow yourself, valuing yourself. Fuck this non-fulfillment. Fuck settling for less than what you really want or what you really deserve. Then we've got the Knight of Wands upright. We've got the Three of Swords reversed. We've got the Hierophant reversed, and we've got the Devil upright. And because these cards kind of distinguish themselves, some of you may have multiple things going on, like the relationship isn't working and the job isn't working and the house, or whatever it is, or this could all just be one situation. Whatever it is, now I don't blame you for drinking. No. No. So anyway, I really like this Knight of Wands. I almost just want to acknowledge him and then come back to him. So we've got this Three of Swords reversed, Hierophant reversed, and then the Devil. So this could be a relationship. This definitely could be a relationship because you've got this Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak, although that could be just a disappointment for sure. With it being reversed, it feels like you are getting over it. Again, there is a sense that whatever this is, maybe it's been dragging out for so fucking long and you just can't be stagnant. You just can't, there's too much new energy wanting to come in to fulfill you. So, it's good that you're getting over that. And with this Hierophant, that's why I thought, well, this could be a relationship and the Devil. Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant upright, it can be like a marriage card or a card of commitment, partnership, union, whatever. It's also a spiritual teacher. And so this could be about whatever you've been going through. Even though this isn't the Temperance, it just feels like in combination with the rest of the cards, there is some sort of an alchemical process that has brought you into more empowered energy, maybe even enlightenment, if you're, spiritually inclined or whatever. Whatever it is, maybe it's been illuminating through all of this. I say that upright, but it wasn't upright, it was reversed. But I'm still going to say maybe it's been illuminating though, because the challenges do illuminate us. Challenges do make us grow. But it definitely feels like whatever this heartbreak disappointment is, the commitment didn't work out. And then the Devil is present. So that just kind of says that it was toxic anyway. So I want to say there's probably a recognition. The more I go into the reading, the more I'm feeling like you are coming to the end of a long struggle, a long uphill battle kind of a thing. That is it's just characteristic to this crazy life, even though each thing is individual to ourselves, all of these scenarios and circumstances and the trials we face. Ultimately, just that we have to go through these things is characteristic of the human condition. Some people definitely have it easier than others, but we still all face our challenges in different ways. And so, And with this devil upright, I kind of want to give it a couple different energies. One is the obvious toxicity. This could be codependency. This could be substance abuse. I'm just picking now. This could be somebody being, I don't know why I just want to make it somebody, but it could just be like somebody being gaslighting or manipulative or something like that. And while we all want to own our own toxicity, it's okay to recognize that shit in others and say, you know, there's nothing I can do to save this. There's no amount of connection or whatever where I need to keep making myself vulnerable to these things. And so it feels like in this recognition, you are ready to move on. You are ready to let go. And then we have this Knight of Wands. And so it really feels like, you know, and this is fire energy. Fire is about passion, motivation, creativity, inspiration, action. And with this Knight energy, it's like this raw virility kind of. And so, you know, whether you want to go out and sow your wild oats, if it gives you that kind of passion just to work through this stuff, or if you want to go out and find a new creative project, or whatever it is, it just feels like really focus on yourself and what it is that you're passionate about. You know, maybe you like doing art, it's time to get to that art, or music, or whatever. Really go after the things that inspire you. Really take the initiative, get the energy, let this energy fuel you in the new path and in the new direction. And kind of, for some reason I want to say, kind of be a little bit full of yourself. Maybe you've been so kind and you've been the peacekeeper or whatever. Maybe it would be nice for you to indulge in a little bit of arrogance, you know, which is silly. I don't know why this is coming through, but I don't mind it. It's kind of fun. Indulge in some arrogance. It doesn't mean you have to be an asshole or anything, but you can be full of yourself every now and then. You can carry yourself, you know, chest out, chin up, you know, carry yourself like you know that you're somebody. And it doesn't matter what titles you have. It came through in a reading earlier today. It doesn't matter if you have $5 million in the bank or you're $5 in the hole. It doesn't fucking matter. It's all made up. Clocks are made up. Money's made up, all of the shit, titles, all that stuff, it's all made up. And so while it's fun to play the game, none of it truly defines you when it comes to loving yourself and owning your self-worth and knowing that you deserve to be treated better than whatever this bullshit has been about. And so definitely celebrate. Then we end with the Page of Cups and the Sun reversed. So the Page of Cups is like starting a new dream. I really like that we've got the Knight of Wands, that passionate energy, and then the Page of Cups allowing you to dream again, looking to fulfillment. And this is a very youthful energy. This could even be like receiving a message of love or fulfillment, but kind of with the Sun reversed and coming after this Knight of Wands, it just feels like you learning to fill your own cup. You really prioritizing those things that you're passionate about and allowing it to fulfill you, allowing your dreams, your goals, you know, the things that like you to satiate you. You really pouring into yourself. It feels so important. And with that Sun reversed, even though it's reversed, I just feel like this is a new beginning. You know, you might be a little bit unsure of yourself at first, just as this is a knight and not a king, and this is a page and not a king or a queen, but it's okay. It's like you're beginning again. And so it's like you're starting to look at the light of your own authentic expression. You're beginning to allow yourself to shine brightly, allowing to recognize your own brilliance. And so it feels like, you know, this could be a process. It'll take a while, but it's exciting, you know, especially if you're starting something new, if you're starting a new hobby or, you know, making new friends or whatever it is. Of course, it's a little bit scary in the beginning, and you don't just jump right out there and be like, look, I'm brilliant, you know. You can be a little bit full of yourself, but you know, there's always that self-consciousness or whatever. And love yourself there. Love how cute you are. Love how vulnerable you're being. But that you're honoring your own light. You're honoring your own brilliance. And I feel like pretty soon the sun's going to really come up and you're ultimately going to be very happy I think that all of this happened because had not all this disappointment happened, or whatever this bullshit was, maybe you would have become complacent, and maybe you never really would have been able to really perceive your own light. Maybe you never would have really been able to achieve the potential of what's inside of you that's always wanted to be explored. So, get out and fill your own cup, shine your light. Sometimes the worst thing is the best thing. All right, thank you so much for watching. My name is Fairlight. If you would like a reading from me, I'll have my Calendly link in the show notes or somewhere on the social media that you see it. Or if you happen to be in Asheville, North Carolina, come on downtown to Instant Karma. It's a one-stop hippie shop. I like to do my little commercials. We got all kinds of swag. We've got tarot cards, we've got tapestries, we've got crystals, candles, essential oils, clothes, posters, singing bowls. I mean, there's too much to list. So come on in and check it out. Otherwise, I want you to have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace and love until next time.